Hello all, today I'm going to show you how to create the data sets in Azure Data Factory. I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, as I already told you, first you need to create a link services. Link services is the connection string. Data sets is the source connection strings and the destination connections. So if you go here in the author, you have something called as a data set. Click on the data set, click new. And I'm going to show you how to connect a blob on the SQL server. Click on Azure blob, click continue. I'm going to connect to a CSV file. Select the delimited text and click continue. So here I'm going to rename it as a Azure blob output. And since we have already created a link service, it will ask for a link service. If you have a new link service, if you want to create, you can create a new link service. So I'm going to select Azure blob and I'll go to file path and select ADF output. Just click OK. Okay, and we'll mention first row as a header and click OK. Again, I'm going to show you how to create a connection string to SQL Server. Kindly note that SQL, we have an instance of Azure SQL database in the Azure, so it is called as Azure SQL database. Select Azure SQL database and click continue. And you can give any name, Azure SQL table or any name. Actually, I will just select Azure SQL table. And in the link service, since we have already created a link service connection, click Azure SQL SQL DB connection. And you can select any table name if you'd like to. I'm going to select a product table. I don't want to edit anything. I will import the schema from the connection store. Click OK. So now I have three connections. This is the one that I already created. Now I'm going to show you how to create a copy data pipeline. Click on the pipeline, click new. Here we go. So now, if you look at all the activities over here, this is what is called as a control flow that we see in SSIS. So here, if you search for copy activity, the move and transform will have a copy activity. Select copy data, and then you have a copy activity. Now, in this copy activity, you have to provide a name. I'm going to say copy product data, CSV to SQL to CSV. This is what I'm doing, so that's why I mentioned that. I will select Azure SQL table as an input. We'll check this is a query timeout over here. Since I have already selected a table, let it be the table. This is the timeout, this is the isolation level. I don't want to do any partitions over here. I will come back to this part later. This is the source connection. Sync is the destination connection. So I would say I would select Azure blob output. So I'm going to create a output file. So in the copy behavior, it is asking what you want to do actually, like you want to flatten here, image file, nothing. I just want to copy. Maximum concurrent connections, leave it empty. Okay, mapping, yeah. So in the mapping, I would like to import schemas so that it will auto map the source and destination. This is the schemas that I got. So you could see everything over here. Okay. I can preview the source if you'd like to. It will show the sample data. And in the settings, I don't want to do anything as of now. You want to log in, enable logging, we can enable logging. I will show this at a later stage. And that is it. You don't have to change anything over here. Now, once you have created everything, what I would say, since I have already integrated with the Git, it is not asking me to publish, otherwise it would have asked. So let's try to debug now. So you could see what's happening. This is the data that is coming from the source, the product ID type, all the stuff. This is going to the sink, name. So it is saying this is mapping, all these columns are mapping to the all the parallel columns in the destination. So it is saying it is succeeded. Now let's check how many rows it got extracted. Rows rate 295 and rows return 295. So let's go over here and see in the Azure block whether I have containers. I have mapped to output, ADF output. So I'm going over there and you can, here you go. So I can see the sample data over here. This is the sample data. Copyright the video. Yeah. I'll stop it now.